Send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the seas. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the seas. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. My joy, I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the seas. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. My love again, I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the seas. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me.
And we send our love, our joy, our peace, our wisdom and grace, all these aspects of God that live within us, through us, we send into the world from open and loving hearts, right here, right now, knowing all is well. Right here, right now, knowing on this beautiful day, we are one with the one presence and one power that lives, moves, and has its being in, as, and through us. We are the love of God, the joy of God, the peace of God, the hands and feet of God expressing in the world. For this is how this one power gets into the world, in, as, and through us. So from this place of infinite oneness, we speak a word of blessing on this service, on this day, on the world, knowing that all the love, life, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy of God are present. So be it, and so it is.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the seas. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me.
I send my love over the mountains.
I send my love over the seas. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Good morning.
Good morning. I love that. Welcome to Unity Displays, a positive path for spiritual living. My name is Peggy Daunt. I'm a licensed teacher here at our church, Unity Displays, and I welcome all of you this morning. Please, at this time, would you take a moment to make sure that your cell phones are silenced? And now I ask you to stand as you are able and sing our congregational song, which is I release and I let go.
Because it's spring.
So we're going to shake it off, charge our bodies, and let it go out of the ends of the fingers and toes and top of your head. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. We are free in the Spirit. Yes, we're only here for God.
This week, we are blessed to have our spiritual leader with us, Megon McDonough. Her talk title today is The Power of Service. We are the hands and feet of God. And also, we all like to thank our musicians, Tatiana and Elena and Megan, too. And now, the chaplains, please.
Good morning. I am Gemma.
And I'm Chris.
And we are your chaplains for today. And so whatever comes to your mind that you would like to pray with, we are here to do that with you. So after the service and everyone leaves, we will be standing here and you can come to us and we will be more than happy to pray with you. So we invite you now to join us in reading the Unity Displays Vision Statement. Empower an evolving consciousness that spiritually transforms the world through an awakening oneness.
Let's take that in.
And now, the invocation by Charles Fillmore, which I love. I am now in the presence of pure being
And immersed in the Holy Spirit
of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge your presence and power, O blessed Spirit. In your divine wisdom, now erase my human limitations, and now your essence of love bring into manifestation my world according to your perfect law.
Amen.
The daily word for today. Cherish. I cherish opportunities to share the love of God. It isn't the price of something that determines its value. It is how much it is cherished. It's not how something looks or what it costs that makes it beautiful. It is the love and wonder I feel that helps me cherish it. Just like the gifts I give, I imbue my relationships with love. I cherish those for whom I care deeply, and I want them to feel cherished by me. I hold the intention for love and connection that is at the heart of my every exchange. Just as I feel cherished as a divine being, I share the love of God through my kind and considerate acts. At the heart of every kindness I extend is the prayer that those I serve will feel cherished, not only by me, but by God. And the Bible verse is from Thessalonians. So deeply do we care for you that we are determined to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our own selves, because you have become very dear to us. I'd like to welcome any newcomers. Is there anyone here today that's new to our church that would like some information? Please raise your hand. Nobody new? Okay. Well, then it's time to meditate. So let us prepare for meditation by singing our meditation song.
I surrender all, my heart, my soul, my love. Catch me when I fall. I surrender all. I surrender all. I surrender all. My heart, my soul, my love. Catch me when I fall. I surrender all. I surrender all. I surrender all.
We surrender all. Starting with the breath. Let's settle into our chairs. Empty our laps of anything that might just call our attention. As we gently close our eyes. And breathe. I breathe in and know I breathe out and let go, and I know in my heart that's the right place to start. I breathe, just breathe. I breathe in to know. I breathe out and let go. what is true, right and real. I'm alive, I am healed. I breathe. Just breathe. No need to worry if I'm in control. Here in this moment I let go. Each blade of grass has an angel leaning over, whispering, grow, 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 and breathe. Just breathe. I breathe in and know. I breathe out and let go. For I know in my heart this is the right place to start. When I breathe, just breathe. I breathe in to be. I breathe out and see what is true, right, and real. I'm alive. I am healed. As I breathe, just breathe. Knowing all is well, for God is present everywhere, within, without, all around. No matter what challenges we will face today, this week, no matter what challenges we have challenged this week, we let go, knowing that all is well. For we are never separate from the presence of oneness, of wholeness, of healing, of health. For it is nearer than hands and feet. It is our very breath. I breathe in and know. I breathe out and let go. And I know in my heart this is the right place to start. Just breathe. 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 As we quietly come back into the space, knowing that all is well. God is present. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it Of all the many names for God, and there are quite a few, some as old as time itself, and some seem rather new. I've got a favorite, and maybe you do too. Mine is out of the blue, out of the blue, out of the blue. It all worked out and everything came through. Deals were done and songs were sung, and the time, well, it just flew. And it all came from out of the blue. At times I feel so full of doubt and don't know where I fit. Time is turning and my mind keeps saying, might be time to quit. And just when I get quiet, 'cause that something tells me to, hope comes from out of the blue, out of the blue, out of the blue, where everything's created old and new. I'll have the best idea, and I'll know what to do, and it all came from out of the blue. Everything's created twice, first in thought and then in form. You've been creating from the moment you were born. Out of the blue, out of the blue, whether or not you believe it's true, just your being here is the biggest clue that you came from out of the blue. Yeah. We all came from out of the blue. So much. Thank you, Todd. That's the first time we've played that together, and it's always so fun to have help. And working with Tatiana and Elena is a pleasure. It's wonderful to sing with you. Good morning. Who had a busy, really busy day yesterday? Was it something in the cosmos or what? I mean, busy and so I live in Huntley. Some of you know I live not the end of the world, but you can see it from there. In a beautiful home of a friend, and it's a 100-year-old home, and it has a gorgeous wraparound porch. I'm hoping we can have a board meeting there some Thursday night, and I and the porch actually has screens, and it is a marvel to put them up, but it is the hardest work you'll ever do. And we have the most marvelous neighbors who do it as a service. And my talk today, of course, is the power of service. And I'm going to go so far out as to say giving service is selfish, because I feel really good when I'm being of service. And I thought of, gosh, being of service. And I wanted to ask you, what comes to mind when you hear the word service, or when when we think about service? Oh gosh, time commitment, that comes up. Hard work, maybe, sometimes it's hard work. But just your being here is being of service, because this is community. When I think about service, certainly our chaplains give the most glorious service through prayer. I think prayer is really, it's divine service. But then I thought about Catholic school. I never thought I'd be talking so much about Catholic school as when I had this job. But in a really good way. I'm appreciating it so much, and that just might be my age. What? But looking back, I'm like, actually, there was a lot of love there and a lot of wisdom. And had it not been for the nuns, because, when you're the seventh of 9 kids, at the time I came along, they were a little out of gas. It was like, yeah, no problem. So the nuns were very helpful. But I thought about the Baltimore Catechism. Do we have any Catholics with us? Yeah, thank you. Whew. So I thought about the questions in the first Baltimore Catechism, and the first lesson we study is it says here, the most important questions in this life. That's the thing about the Catholics. This is serious stuff, and this is for life. Where did you come from? What are you supposed to do here? What happens after this life? We study the end or purpose of man. I don't know why they call the purpose of man the end, but here are the questions, which I think are cool. Number 1, who made the world? God made the world. Okay, yeah, I'm on board for that. I get that. 2, who is God? God is the creator of heaven and earth and of all things. Okay. Yeah, when you're in 2nd grade in Catholic school. Okay, great. Number 3, what is man? Man is a creature composed of body and soul, and made in the image and likeness of God. Oh no, it says here, and this drove me a little crazy this week, and made to the image and likeness of God. I'm like, 2? Wait, hold on. I'm looking it up. I'm going AI. You know me. I'm going down that rabbit hole. And each time it says on the internet, on the almighty Google, www, in the image. But here it says to the image. I'm going to be chewing on that for a while. I just am. I like that. Why did God make you? Oh, God made me to know him, to love him, and to serve him in this world, and to be happy with him forever in the next. That's lovely. That's beautiful for a 2nd grader. Okay, that gave me comfort. And I'm reading it here, and it also gives me comfort. What must we do to save our souls? To save our souls, we must worship God by faith, hope, and charity. That is, we must believe in him, hope in him, and love him with all our heart. So when I was introduced to unity in 1977 by my mom, who had been introduced to it through the Daily Word, sent to her by my Aunt Rose, her best friend, Aunt Rose, sent her a copy of the Daily Word. And, it was so comforting. And it was so not this, really. It seemed much more expansive than this. But not this. But when I heard, so many things were game changers for me in the unity teachings. But when I heard the term Father, Mother, God, it kind of blew my mind open. And when a friend of mine said, years ago, around this time, said, I think Jesus was talking about reincarnation when he said, unless ye be born again, you cannot enter the kingdom of. He said, I think he meant literally. Born again. Again. Poof. Don't limit God was the message that was a message that was game changing to me, and unity was a safe place to do that. And then I was introduced to affirmations. Oh, if I say these, I can reprogram my thinking. And now we know that the brain is neuroplastic, that it can actually be healed and it can change. But it takes work, and it takes consistently affirming, knowing, prayer, meditation. All those things are making new grooves and new pathways, because our negativity bias is going to be my first go-to. It's almost like when one has a sore tooth, the tongue goes nowhere else. It's like instant. It's instant. It's almost instantaneous when I wake up. If I don't go right to spirit, when because the negative thoughts are like vultures on the headboard. They're like, oh, she's awake. Let's go, dive in. Right? Waiting. Yeah, waiting. It could just be me, but I don't think so, because it'll start. And it'll also start with a feeling. Feelings, I can't help that. I can't stop that. I'm going to have a feeling about a lot of things. I'm going to have feelings all day. It's when feelings become thoughts. Then I'm, that's a slippery slope. So, and I can't control first thought. First thought, I can't control that. It's going to pop in. I can control second thought. Second thought, yes. There's a Chinese expression, I cannot prevent the birds from flying over my head. I can, however, prevent them from building a nest in my hair. And there's something kind of delicious about that. And that's feeding, for me, the negativity bias. So when unity says this is a positive teaching, unity movement, it's a positive path to better living. That was never more evident to me than really, really difficult times in my life. When I could call silent unity. How many people? I bring this up a lot. Silent unity, powerful. The story I like to tell about one of the first times I called them for healing, I had chronic sinusitis. As a singer, that's not a good thing. And it was impacting my voice, and I was on tour with a great group, and we were at a CD release event in New York City. It was the 80s, it was the 90s actually, and I got this, and I had laryngitis and I couldn't sing, and it was dreadful. And we had this great event, and I found myself at LaGuardia on my flight home, and I had this thought. I had been to all the ENT people, and I'd had a CAT scan of my sinus, and they couldn't find anything, and So I called Silent Unity before I got on my flight. And I said, I feel like I've done all I can. And so I just need prayer to find the right physician for somebody to help me. Because Unity believes in doctors, medicine. God is in it all. God is in the medicine. God is in the physician. God is in everyone's hands and feet. Every hand is guided. So they prayed with me. And if you've ever had that experience of being prayed with by Silent Unity on the phone, it's like a fizzy dropped into your bloodstream. And I say youngsters will have to Google what a fizzy is. And I got on my plane, I got on the flight, and I sat down, and I had this thought. When you get back to Chicago, call the Lyric Opera and ask them who their doctor is. That idea was from the mind of God. I prayed, and because ideas, that's angels. Angels are the ideas of God made manifest. I got back to Chicago. I called. They gave me 5 names. I called the first name on the list, Dr. David Caldarelli, who is now retired. Oh! And he said, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. Have you ever had a CAT scan of your sinuses? I said, yeah. He said, bring it in next week. He put me on the right medicine. I went back, and he just held up my CAT scan, against the window. He said, oh, yeah, you've got this. You've got concha bullosa. I said, Dr. Caldarelli, that sounds like something you'd have over linguine. What is it? He said, they're called Haller cells, and they're blocking your sinuses. And so I said, well, how do you fix that? Surgery. I said, okay. So I said, I'm willing to do anything. He said, I'll see. He was booked up, a head guy at Rush, and got me in right before my insurance was going to change. So you have the call. You get the right guy. It's gonna be this. Oh, and it's not gonna cost you as much as you. Divine order is my favorite unity principle. Divine order is my favorite unity principle. Angels at every turn who are giving service. God's hands and feet. It's remarkable. And when we think about our purpose, and for those of us of a certain age, we think, I had a purpose, and now I have a new purpose, and I didn't think it would be this, but on the soul's level, I really am so pleased, so happy, and feel great. But if you're searching, if you're looking for a purpose, service. And I wanted to read this from How I Used Truth. This is lesson 6. Myrtle Fillmore prayed, meditated, and healed herself through prayer and meditation and her connection with God. But I love the story of Myrtle Fillmore. Was in her 80s and had overcome tuberculosis, had built with Charles the unity movement. She was a remarkable soul. Her books are fantastic. But when she passed, it was a Friday. She was leaving the office, and she went around her office to say goodbye to everyone. And they said, "Oh, Myrtle, we'll see you Monday." She said, "I think it's time to put the body down." She passed that weekend, or that week, the next week. Myrtle, remarkable souls, a remarkable mind. But she says, because we are the hands and feet of God, the voice of God, the heart of God, the face of God. Thank you, Karen Drucker. But when do our hands serve as the hand of God? Our hands serve as the hand of God when they are expressing or carrying out the plan or will of God. They serve as the hand of God when they are doing acts of love, kindness, and thoughtfulness. Our hands are truly the hands of God when they are doing the constructive work that brings our manifest world closer to the ideal world of God. That we all have a hand in creating the world of God. These are powerful. These are powerful. A couple weeks ago, I talked about how we tone for ourselves when we bump our hands and we go, ow. We're sending sound through our hand. Ow. And that's very healing. Our hands are so healing. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of thy love. Did you know that if just witnessing an act of kindness raises dopamine? So to see someone giving an unhoused person money, to just witness that, our endorphins go up. So 3 people get to feel really good. It's in giving. It's in having the open hand of service. Sometimes we may overlook the fact that those dedicated to bringing life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are serving as the hand of God. This is true whether in governmental, educational, or religious circles. There's so much service in Unity Displays Church. There is so much service here. Our AV team, marvelous. Elena, singing. Tatiana, our chaplains, our Unity teachers. There is so much service. The people do gladly. The board, which we'll be talking about today. We're going to have a new board election coming up. So we're going to be showing a video after service so everybody can kind of go, grab a cup of coffee, and chat a little bit, and then about 15 minutes after service, we'll come back in the sanctuary to watch this lovely video from Unity about service and what it means. So if you're looking for service, to be of service, or just what it takes to be on the board, that you might have something that you would really like to contribute. So this is true whether in governmental, educational, or religious circles. God has no other hands than ours. God has no other hands than ours. God can do no more for me than God can do through me. I love the expression, pray to catch the bus and run real fast. Our hands are not fulfilling their true purpose of doing God's will if we do not accept the privilege and responsibility of being a co-worker with God. Something else that I read in Unity teachings was being a co-creator. Co-creator. Wow. When Jesus said, I am the light of God, and then he said, you are the light of God. Wow. Okay. That's a big responsibility. And sometimes it's hard to take in. But I love this story. I'll close with this story. In 1957, an entire monastery in Thailand was being relocated by a group of monks. One day they were moving a giant clay Buddha when one of the monks noticed a large crack in the clay. On closer investigation, he saw there was a golden light emanating from the crack. The monk used a hammer and a chisel to chip away at the clay exterior until he revealed that the statue was, in fact, made of solid gold. Historians believe the Buddha had been covered with clay by the Thai monks several hundred years earlier to protect it from an attack by the Burmese army. In the attack, all the monks had been killed, and it wasn't until 1957 that this great treasure was actually discovered. My friends, we all have inside of us that golden Buddha. The world is our clay. The world has covered us in clay for protection, whether we feel we have needed protection. But saying yes to our magnificence, to our bright and shining light, saying yes to being the light of the world, it's okay. It's okay to know that and to be that. When I was a kid, going to Catholic school, don't get a big head. Oh, don't be conceited. Oh, God hates that. Okay, I won't do that. Always take the smaller piece, you know. Yeah, be small. Stay small. Stay humble. Because nobody likes to know it all. I get that, yeah. That will just cover up your light, though. The shame and the doubt and the self-unforgiveness and, oh, I did that. To forgive ourselves for mistakes, real or imagined. This can make up an awful lot of stuff that really didn't go on. But, and a lot of times, we'll take stuff that isn't ours. But it's a little too painful to give it to the one who really dealt it. Because we might love them. We might not want them to be mean. And that's okay. Because now we know, oh, I have the golden Buddha inside me. I have the Christ within. I behold the Christ in you. That light. It's okay to let it shine. So after service, I will be handing out little pads of paper and pens as I'm greeting you as you go for coffee. I just want you to write down, and we'll read some of them when we come back to watch the video. Write down what you think of when you hear the word service or being of service, and what that means to you. So I hope you'll come to the video, and thank you for being here. Your consciousness is so valuable. Your light in this church, your love is so valuable to us, and we love you and appreciate you. Thank you. This is a song written by my friend Janice Stanfield, who has another great song. I hope you'll look up her music. My music is available on YouTube. Her music is Karen Drucker. All the New Thought terrific songwriters are, and they all have websites. But she has a song that I love called I'm Not Lost, I'm Exploring. I'm not lost. I'm just exploring. But this is her song that she wrote with Reverend Jimmy Scott called "If I Were Brave." These are questions for you. What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed would the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread, and I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like a mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread, and I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread, and I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? Wanna sing? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave?
Thank you, Megan. I love that song. Now it's that time for us to share our tithes and our offerings. We thank those here today in this room and those who are watching later for your generous support. Because of you, our doors are open and our church's needs are being met, and we are very grateful. As our ushers come forward, please hold your gift in your hands and recite our offering prayer together. Ready? Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is.
grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And now the ushers will bring the prayer box forward along with our tithes.
We bless these tithes and offerings and these prayers, knowing that God is all there is, all the time. That these prayers are answered in beautiful, divine, ordered ways. That these tithes and offerings go forth to prosper the giver and prosper this church, going out into the world. We say yes, yes, yes to all the good manifesting that in God is so good.
We honor and welcome all contributions, time, talent, and treasure. If you have time or a talent to contribute, please let our board know. We would love to have you be involved, and we thank you for your generous tithes. The pulpit flowers today are donated by Olga in honor of her birthday. Happy birthday, Olga. We're blessed to have you in this church. You too can be a flower angel. Pick your special date and sign up in the lobby. The fee is $35, and of course, you get to take them home. Get ready for Circulation Day. That's Mark. See inside your bulletin for more information. We would love volunteers at the event. You can volunteer your time on either or both days. Sign up in the lobby. Please add the time of day that you would like to come. You can come for an hour or a few hours or the whole time, and we thank you for your service. And speaking of service, we do have this lovely video to show you today, serving on your church board. So grab a cup of coffee and mingle and come back to the sanctuary at noon? Quarter two. 11:45. So 15 minutes to go and grab a cup of coffee or tea and come back and join us, please, to share in this video. And also to remember that as we leave the service, to try not to chat it up till we get outside so that the prayer chaplains can pray in peace with those who want prayer. And now it's time to sing in our children.
Good morning, everybody. It's so good to be back, and thank you for all who have been praying for me and my brother. I really appreciate that. And now I have much more sympathy for Jean and her foot problems. Okay, so the little ones today, we continue spiritual play dates lesson on fair and unfair. Kids always want things to be very fair. That's not fair. All kids say that, right? So we read a book called Yoko, and who is unfair to Yoko?
bullies.
The bullies. What did they bully Yoko about?
His food from his culture.
His lunch, his food from his culture. Her. Yoko's a girl. And they bullied her. What did Yoko have in her lunch?
Sushi.
Sushi. All of these kids said, "Yum, we love sushi." But some unenlightened kids were making fun of Yoko. And that wasn't fair. So, in the end, what did their teacher do so the kids would act more fair?
Sing a friendly song.
She sang a friendly song. And what special day did she make?
A National Lunch Day where the kids get to bring their food from their culture to their school.
Right. They had an international lunch day, and they learned that it's cool to have different things from your culture for lunch. Okay, fair and unfair. Next for our beautiful team.
So today we went over the Beatitudes of the Bible and kind of compared the metaphysical interpretation to the typical interpretation and just how it's good to spread good and do good even if others don't approve of it. That's all for me.
Thank you very much. Any more news? Okay, we're ready to stand, sing, and pray. The love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Oh, she's so short-chested.
Yeah, they made that for her.